Welcome to The Sound, KQAL FM's weekly behind-the-scenes look at Midwestern-made music. From writing and recording to distribution and promotion, The Sound is your source for new releases and exclusive interviews from Midwestern artists. Support for The Sound is made possible by a grant from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Rolling.
Today on The Sound, we're joined by local artist Amanda Grace as she talks about her new album, Give Me Away. This multi-talented musician creates songs that deliver with them uplifting messages and encourages us to face the challenges in our lives. Besides music, she is also a talented voice actress, doing work for HelloFresh and NASA. Join us as we experience the music of Amanda Grace on today's episode of The Sound.
Is it rain or is it snow? Give me away, give me away. Give me away, give me away. Can I walk with dignity as my ancestors did? Can I stand strong and believe in myself? Can I be humble and real with each step? Can I be a parent and I lose my mind in it? Can I lead them out if I don't wanna leave the house? Can I stand tall if I shouldn't compare myself? Can I have love and a calling too? Can it be a type of love that sings its own tune? Can I be every little thing that everyone else needs? Can I be every little thing that everyone else needs? Even me, I give me away. I give me away, give me away. Can I make a change in this place where I stay? Can I share my stories in a way that they remember me? Can I be a beacon when I can't see my own way? Can I love when they don't have the same faith? Can I find a prophet when they've all been killed? Can I fix the broken systems I've helped fulfill? Well, can I stop this rage when I'm pissed with all I've paid? Can I steal back time and enjoy what I've made? Can I be every little thing that everyone else needs? Can I be every little thing that everyone else needs? Even me, I give me away. I give me away, give me I give me away, give me away. I give me away, give me away. I give me away, give me away.
And that was Give Me Away, the first song on the soundtrack of the same name by Amanda Grace, who's here with us in the studio. How are you doing today, Amanda?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I guess we'll just start with the first question. How did you start out in music?
Oh, so probably started songwriting on the piano. I don't really have like an age memorized, so I just sort of guess somewhere between 7 and 12, I think. Just started writing little compositions, more classical sounding. I remember, so we always had a hobby-ish farm growing up, and my dad used to play NPR for the animals because he was convinced that it helped them be calmer. And so I think sometimes, like, I wonder if that's where, I was, like, most, inspired to see or to kind of hear that sound and start writing there. And then sort of just did a lot of singing with my mom, and she did a lot of stuff for churches and community events. So that was sort of just early, so, and then after that just kept going.
Would you say there's any markers between when you started out with your mother and now? What would you say were the big signifiers that made drastic changes in your life?
I think probably the biggest change was, so I was always dabbling in stuff. I think I started thinking more about, maybe singing and performing when I was, middle to late high school years. And I was in Bemidji at the time. And I think I put out like my first little CD had like 3 songs on it, and I recorded with a cousin in the cities, and that was cool. And then in college I was in sort of an alternative rock band, and we did original music, and that was fun. But I don't think I really was taking anything too serious, and that's kind of what you're doing. You're just building experiences. And then a marker would be when my nephew was diagnosed with leukemia. My husband and I had our first son, and he was like 3 months old, and sort of started going through some, watching my family go through this experience, and it was hard. And it was really this little boy that kind of, and what he was going through was really the catapult of what I finally said, okay, I think I should start writing again and taking it a little more seriously. And, I didn't think I would be doing a children's album. Like, it was not on anywhere in my radar. And especially because I liked rock and pop and country, And, but it ended up being, he ended up passing away while I was singing to him, because my sister, he was sort of on his deathbed. My sister said, will you please come and sing to him? And I wasn't even playing my guitar at that time. And I really didn't know what to do, because I just had nothing. And I had a newborn, so I was exhausted. And I just sort of, sang, you're in heaven, you're in heaven. And he passed away while I was in the room. And I think that was the mark, the beginning of where I was like, okay, I think I need to, pick up this, this thing again. And so I made that first CD, Trains, Cars, and a Trip to Mars, in memory of him. And then my own kiddos that were little, and I was singing, and my son actually sings on it when he was a toddler, which he now hates. But that was sort of the marked the moments, I would say.
Well, that's a really touching story. Why don't we go a little bit into the song itself? Give Me Away. It's also the name of this whole album. What does this song mean? Because when I hear the name and when I started listening to it, I was picturing a wedding, but that's only because I pictured a wedding before going in.
Wow.
And the lyrics, when I'm listening to them, a common thing you mention is what everyone else needs. What does this song mean? Like, what's the idea you're trying to send? And why is it the name of your album?
These are hard questions and good ones. I think Give Me Away is really the sum of what I feel right now. And almost like putting on a happy face and saying to yourself, every day I have to do these things. And, I may not feel great. I may not feel like doing it. You wonder along the whole way if you're doing it right, or if people are going to misunderstand you, which they do, or judge you, or half the time, we judge ourselves instead. we kind of flush it all down the toilet before, we even try. So it's sort of just about believing and realizing that, each human has a unique path and moment in history, and even if it's unmarked or unnoticeable or quiet, that they mean something and they matter, and that they have something in them that someone else needs. And that sometimes it's just a one word or one phrase or one smile or just the tiniest thing. And that's, if we all look at our lives like that, we can make an impact with the way we walk through the world.
It's interesting you say that, because it actually leads into our next song, your next song on this that kind of jumped out at me. You'll notice a theme here in the songs I chose for this section, because I noticed they all have very similar ties to them. I guess this will be a quick question leading into it, Amanda. Do you love yourself?
Yeah, I do. But that's been a journey too.
Yeah, we'll dive into this song. So this is Love Yourself, one of the new songs on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away.
I know something is wrong, but you won't say what it is, what I miss, why is it raining? Won't look up, welling up, you can't be okay. I've been telling you, some people gotta prove they're better than you, and you're starting to think that it's true. And every fake smile, you see it in their eyes. They're hurting, but they're gonna keep on telling you the lies. And try to remember that he just hates himself, and he's taking it out on you. And don't you forget that your smile brings the sun. And you know I love you and I wanna help, but you gotta first love yourself. I know someday you'll look back and you'll see that some goodness came from this pain, taking out all the broken things like a string. And it may take a while for you to find your fire, filling up your life with people who are on your side. And in each choice you make, you're further away from the facade parade they try to make you watch each day. And try to remember that they just hate themselves, and they're taking it out on you. And don't you forget that your smile brings the sun. And you know I love you and I wanna help, but you gotta first love yourself. Try to remember that you do love yourself, and stop taking it out on you. You are a force of light and of love, as long as you're standing in your truth. You forget that your smile brings the sun. And you know I love you and I wanna help. Yeah, you know I love you and I'm here to help, but you gotta first love yourself.
And that was Love Yourself, one of the new songs on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away. And here I have Amanda Grace in the studio. How are you doing, Amanda?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
So we asked before we went to this song, do you love yourself? But you said it was a journey. Can you dive a bit into that?
Yeah, I think I'm a recovering type A and oldest child of the second group of kiddos that I was born into the family. And I think I generally, compared to most people, maybe in their heads, I've just got a really wacky sense of happiness. And I think that's might be because of music. And I just generally walk around maybe kind of clueless as how other people feel. So I'm trying to be more aware of that. But I think music brings me so much joy that I'm like, oh, kind of continue on my happy way. But as far as the process of growing into who you're supposed to be and, making mistakes and owning them and changing, I think that's all just part of what I've been doing. I've been doing deep work on my own self. And as you do that, you do start to love yourself, but you also have to learn. I think I've also been learning that you have to love yourself in the mess too, and be okay with, people not understanding your intentions sometimes, and people not understanding what you're trying to do with your little life.
There's something you said that really jumped out at me. It's who I'm supposed to be. Who do you believe you're supposed to be?
Who do I believe I'm supposed to be? I think I am many things, and I think we can kind of get stuck on identity problems when we get to think too hard on it. But for me, myself, I am a human, I am a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a community member, a person that I believe about myself that I want to do good. And I think most people live there too. And that's a good thing to think, because there's plenty of days we don't think that. So, putting positive things into the mind is good, is a good daily ritual.
Man, these are really, really good ideas you're putting out there, which is reflective of your music when we're listening to it. But going back to your music, what is your writing process? What is your process in writing music?
Oh, that's a hard question. I think it depends on the song, and to be honest, my life is so full and busy that I don't always remember how each song was written. To me, it's writing is therapy. There's definitely, like, I've done, some songwriting classes and stuff. There's definitely little ideas and paths and tricks and tools you can use as a human to write songs or anything. But I don't know. Sometimes songs just sort of drop in on you, and then other times they're real work where you kind of think, well, how can I make this line better? How can I make a little more rhyme? Am I saying what I want to say in a short, concise way? Because you only get, with attention spans, you only get this much time to get people's attention. And that's fine, and that's where we're at in life, and totally no problem with it. But I think it just depends on the song and what instrument. Sometimes it's a little melody idea. Other times I just start playing a chord progression and then just sort of write whatever comes out. Sometimes you can tell when you write that this is the chorus, or, and some other times you just you don't really know what's going to happen. So that's not a really direct answer, but that's probably accurate.
Well, it's an honest answer, and that's really what matters here. Now, there are quite a few instruments that go through some of your songs. Do you perform all the instruments?
I do not. I play piano is my main and favorite instrument, and guitar is my secondary instrument, and my voice I see as an instrument. So I think I reached a point in the last, I've put a lot of records out so far on my own, and I think I reached a point with how intense it and how much work it is to, book shows, show up to shows, promote shows, be a parent, be active in the community, which I still feel like, I just don't have much left. But, at the end of the day, but, there's kind of only so much I realized I could do. And I've been wanting to work with Matt Patrick for a number of years, and finally just kind of took the plunge this time and went up to the cities. And I think it was 3 or 4 short visits. I would stay at a family member's house and record maybe 2 days in a row and come home. And that actually was way easier on my schedule than the back and forth, which I've done, other times. And so it's kind of it ended up being way more efficient than I thought, which was great because life is full and stressful, but in this particular record, Matt Patrick was producing it. He performs many instruments on each track, and I actually have that all sent to you in that Google folder. You can kind of it lists each song and who worked on what. For the most part, I was a part of all the writing of each song, and then I worked with the Farmer's Daughter on one, and it was two, I believe, New Year and Rain or Snow, and then I have a co-write with Matt Patrick on the last song of the album, which is All We Need. That's what that one's called. And that one, I just had the chorus written, and I was like, I got one more song if you're interested in working on this one, and yeah, it came together pretty quick.
It's interesting you mentioned those songs because all three of them will be coming up this hour.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
So why don't we just get into our the next one, which is actually New Year. So this will be New Year, one of the new songs by that's on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away.
All burned out and counting down the years. Sharing time I don't have. Is it a crime to feel bad? I'm working hard but never get ahead. Resolutions that never see the light. It's a new year, baby, and I wanna fly across the tears of the sky. It's a new year, baby, and I wanna smile. This time is mine. Work until they all know my name. I haven't quit, and now I see change. Taking the time that I need, letting my heart go to sea, telling myself it's okay to breathe. These illusions that need to leave my head. It's a new year, baby, and I wanna fly across the tears of the sky. It's a new year, baby, and I wanna smile. This time is mine. Nothing's holding me back from this dream of mine. I know if I don't see, then I'll never find. Nothing's holding me back. Nothing's holding me back. It's a new year, baby, and I wanna fly across the tears of the sky. It's a new year, baby, and I wanna smile. This time is
And that was New Year, one of the new songs on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away. And we actually have Amanda Grace here in the studio today.
I'm here.
You mentioned that this song was actually a collaboration between you and someone else.
Yes.
Can you dive in a little more? I mean, you talked about it before this song, but can you dive in a little more into the process of this specific song, like how it came to be?
So this is funny because I ended up starting, I think I had the chorus written, and I was really connected with Jolene kind of through a mutual friend. And the Farmer's Daughters is great, country rock band, and they've been around for a while. Lady Jo is ended up co-writing it with me. We met at a park, and I just kind of sang in Red Wing, actually, and I kind of sang her the chorus, and she really had some great insights in how to tie it all together and bring the just tiny little edits that I don't always catch as far as, rhyming, sort of the interplay of words and where the syllables land and where the vocals should go up or down. So she was really great to work with on this song and both Rain or Snow, which were, I think I had the choruses, and she really helped me outline, and she really had a lot to do with the producing of where to put, hey, let's go to the bridge here, let's add this here. So it was really cool.
Now, we've heard 3 of your songs so far, and all of them seem to have somewhat of an uplifting message. So, well, not all, many of them.
Yeah.
Some tend to tell a story, but I mean this in a way that's not supposed to be pessimistic at all. But why is that? Who are the people you are trying to reach with these messages?
Well, I think everybody everyone experiences pain and depression and sadness and self-doubt on a daily basis, I would say. And I think we're all just humans getting through this thing called life, and it's hard. There's just plenty of times where you just want, like for New Year, I wrote it with Lady Jo, and just didn't realize that how much it would hit me later because of what some of our family struggles were this fall. And the recording was all done, the song's all written, everything. And now when I play it, I almost cry because of the struggle that happened later. And I feel, wow, I do need a new year. This was hard. I need this fresh perspective, and I need a hope. And my daughter ended up changing one of the words of the chorus on New Year to, it's a new year, baby, I want to smile. And I was like, yeah, I have been so serious. I have cried more this year than I've ever cried. I've just had to learn things I didn't want to learn, and I had to do things I didn't want to do. And I needed a new start. So it's funny how that ended up happening later. And now when I perform it, it just feels like this was for me, and I didn't think of it as for me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
and what I find interesting is you this entire time you're mentioning about struggling and getting through those struggles and still smiling on the other side, which is really interesting because I've noticed that reflects in a lot of the songs here in your album. They talk about personal struggles or unforeseen, excuse me, the word's eluding me. Circumstances, thank you. That that you still have to face. And the thing is, it's interesting because it's not done in a way where it's like, you're overpowering them or you're defeating them like you would like on a battleground. It's you have to face them and deal with them. And it's less about fighting them and more about just taking them in and walking with them.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think you're nailing it right on, you're just getting it right, because that, I think, the more challenges and the more obstacles you face as a human, I think you start to realize that the quicker you accept them and go through them, the quicker they're over. And yes, there'll be another one probably tomorrow. But I saw this really cool photo on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I wish I could order a poster. I should find it. But it was this picture of a bison, and it was all just, icicles down its all through its whole through the whole front of its body and its face, and just all this just amazing photo. And it said, the bisons learn that the sooner it decides to face the storm and start walking, because they know that the sooner they do that, the sooner the storm is over. Whereas all the other animals stop and cower, put their heads down. And I think that's just so inspiring because it's just not, I had this this businesswoman I met once in Hayward telling me about this amazing business that she made and then sold. And she's, she was in her 60s, 70s, and she just said, life doesn't get easier. And I think we always think, oh yeah, if I get through this or if I do this, once I have this, it doesn't. You have to start enjoying it now. You have to start saying, what can I put in my day to build myself up? What people do I want to put around me to that really see me for who I think I am and who I want to be? And what ways can I care for myself so that I can have inspiration to kind of go out and do my thing and serve, make others, do my weird work, whatever that is. Everyone has a multitude of weird works they have to do every day, whether they think it's an identity thing or not. It's just, I think, what we're supposed to do to be happy. I think we have to work. And I think I'm not happy unless I've got a project, and that's the weird part. That's me.
It's an interesting advice that woman gave you. The life doesn't get any better, because
or easier.
Or that. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say?
No, yeah, it's okay.
Well, the point is, it comes off almost like almost pessimistic.
It does.
But the thing is, it's good advice because it's like it's the same thing with the bison. It becomes a lot easier to go through the snow or the storm when you walk through it. It doesn't hurt any less. It doesn't stop hurting. It doesn't go away. But you get through it faster because you know what to expect. And the people who don't get through it have to deal with it every time in the same way. It's a really interesting form of advice, and one I'm sure our audience is very happy to hear. And when we get into our next song, this will be the last ones. This is, again, one of the songs on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away.
Life can be so hard and heavy, all the things we're supposed to do, all the problems we live through. Wanna change it up, need to watch it all go up as I pull away and then have to do this time again. My friend, my friend, my friend. We will be the last ones to give in. Yeah, it's time for us to live. Wanna be like kids again. We will be the ones outside your door. Wanna come and hang some more, my friend. Again, again, again. I've seen your face, all shadowed in and gray. You have lost the light of you after all he put you through. You wanna go walk a new avenue, knowing that you can't erase all the lines he tried to trace on you, on you, on you. We will be the last ones to give in. Yeah, it's time for us to live. Wanna be like kids again. We will be the ones outside your door. Wanna come and hang some more, my friend. Again, again, again. I would do anything to see you pulling through the shadows that hold you, cutting through the ropes that are silencing your words, your hopes, the crazy games that make you stay on your couch and afraid. You will be the last one to give in. Oh, it's time for you to live. Try to be a kid again. You will be the last one to give in. Yeah, it's time for you to live. Try to be a kid again. I will be the one outside your door, saying, come and hang some more, my friend. Again, 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 and again.
And that was the last ones, one of the songs on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away. And we have Amanda Grace here in the studio.
Thank you for having me today.
Now we're going to pivot away with this one, because this is something that I noticed when I came across you. You don't only perform music, right?
Right.
You did a bit of voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 examples that you have on your website are one for NASA
Mm-hmm.
and one for oh goodness, it's a health food thing. I'm trying to remember.
HelloFresh.
HelloFresh, thank you. And I'm going to be completely honest, when I saw that blew me away, because I happen to know some people who want to get involved in voice acting and voice work.
Sure.
So can you discuss a little bit of your experience involved in voice work?
Sure. Are you ready for the truth?
Sure. Yes, let's hear it.
It's just as hard as starting a music career.
Yep.
So as long as the person that you're talking with is cool with, doing auditions and not getting answers, not getting replies, expecting a booking about 1 out of 100 auditions, that is the type of grind that this is. And just like anything else, it's just going to take, like building any business, I would suggest that they expect 3 to 5 years before they see, much from their work, labor, whatever time.
Yeah, again, facing the storm and walking through it.
Yep.
Now,
don't quit your day job.
So then how long did you have to do it before you got your first job? And do you still do it today? Are you still active in voice acting?
Very much so. Yep. I started getting a few little jobs from my producer in La Crosse, and he's a great person, and he'd probably be great. Reached out to him and started getting little things here and there, some electric company ads, and just whatever. And then there are just different websites out there you can join as an independent, and which freelance is great if you can learn how to manage your schedule. That's a lot of what us musicians, or what are you as these gig workers, we're just kind of bouncing here to here to here to here, and we have different things in each section of our day is planned according to what work's coming in what area. So it's a great side hustle, but yes, you do have to put your time in, so to speak, and get some reviews and get some things to crack for you. And customers, they may love your stuff, but they may not come back, and not taking that personally,
Right. So, and I know I read this, although it's slipping my mind now. Did you start out with voice work or music? Music
definitely was I used to gig more children's shows too at the beginning, because that was my first record. Not necessarily my first favorite genre, but it was my first, record. So I went and did, and kids shows were great too in the beginning when my kids were little, doing day shows, having stuff that I could still be home and do the supper and the bath time and all that stuff, and now everyone's kind of growing up and they're just they're doing their activities and, staying busy and staying active. So it's definitely, I have more hours that I can work. I just have to make sure I don't work too much, because there's a lot of plates spinning right now. So.
Right. Well, that's an interesting set of information, I'll tell you that. And I guarantee you the person's hearing that's going to get like a feeling of like, ooh, just of like a bit of a challenge from that. Expect 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
But
it's with anything.
True. It's true.
It's just, it's just with any business. I think that's, if you read some entrepreneur books, I think that's pretty standard. And you have to have the spirit, which is, I'm going to get rejected this many times, and it doesn't mean I'm not supposed to not do this.
Right, but amazingly, it's the same advice that your music and that you just told us. It's facing that storm and walking through it. And it all just ties down to that bison metaphor that you told us. So it just all adds together, and it's just fantastic to see.
Well, it's great to hear that it makes sense to you too.
Well, going into that storm, we actually have our next song on this roster, and this will be Rain and Snow. So this is Rain and Snow, one of the songs on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away.
Is it rain or is it snow? trying to see which way to go. Do I open up my heart and make a brand new start? Is it rain or is it snow? Do I close my heart up cold? I see you reaching out to me and I'm just trying to see, is it rain or is it snow? From me, but I've been going my way. I know you'd like to say what this is, but I've been feeling so free. I need to clear up my space. I've got no time to waste. Is it rain or is it snow? Trying to see which way to go. If I choose to be alone, would your heart turn into stone? You say that the answers are here, but I've been thinking the same. The road we're on may be converging, but all I see is rain. I pray that we would start to know our own way. Is it rain or is it snow? Trying to see which way to go. Do I see you reaching out to me and I'm just trying to see, is it rain or is it snow? Is it rain or is it snow?
And that was Rain and Snow, one of the new songs on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away. You've already answered this for me. It would have been like, what does the rain and snow symbolize? Now, however, are they both negative? Is one positive and one negative? Because hearing the song, it seems like the rain is like softer almost than the snow is.
Well, that's interesting. I love hearing what other people think, because I think that is really what a song is about, is that everyone is going to interpret it differently. I don't interpret it like that, but that doesn't mean that that's right or wrong. It's just, I see it as a person is in a relationship and they're trying to decide, the singer in this, or the voice in this particular song is saying, I'm kind of needing some freedom. I'm enjoying this. And the other person wants to, have a DTR. And so to me, rain is more symbolic in the song to a little heavier, a little sadder, not sure. And the snow, to me, snow is yay. Like right now I'm kind of bummed there isn't very much.
I just got that wrong then, didn't I?
It's like I said, you're judging yourself. There's no right or wrong. It's every song is open to interpretation.
Now, of course, I'm always curious about the story behind each song, right? Would you say there's a personal experience that this song was based on?
No, actually, I am in a songwriting group that meets online, based in Nashville. And one of the tips that I got about writing a lot was sometimes you're walking through the day and you get a phrase, right? So sing that phrase. And so one day I was walking through the house. I was like, is it rain or is it snow? And that's really where that song came from. And then da 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 da, and it just really was like, oh, this is kind of coming together. And then it exists. It exists now. So it is sort of, yeah.
It's interesting. Now this next question is going to be a little heavier. So in a way, it's like the rain. What would you say music is to you? How would you describe your relationship with it?
It's like my top loves, like it's right up there with family and my love life. Like it's there, like it's part of me for sure. Can't live without it.
I think a lot of people would agree. You can never find a culture that doesn't have some form of music involved in it. Really stunning to see the impact it has on people's lives.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Where can people find more information about you? Where can they find merch? Where can they find your new album?
The easiest way would be to head to musicbyamandagrace.com. And then on that website is kind of every way that you want to be connected, and you can kind of choose. I always suggest you sign up for the newsletter, so then you kind of get a monthly play-by-play and where I'm playing. Sometimes it's more solo, sometimes it's a band. Sometimes they're free, sometimes they're ticketed. So there's options for everybody's budget. And there's some local stuff. I've got the most important show to me now that I'm trying to talk about is obviously getting people to come out to the release show on Thursday, February 8th at the Ice House. And I'm being supported that night by a really great Americana band called Fathom Lane, of which Matt Patrick is also a part of too. So it should be a great time.
All right. Well, I guess that kind of answers the next question. What's in the future for you? It's that show. You said February 8th.
Yes.
So it's February 8th, 2023. What time?
I believe doors are plenty early because you can get dinner as well there, like really great food and drinks. So I think doors are 6:30, pretty early. And then the first band at the Ice House that night is Fathom Lane, and they're playing at 8. And my band will be playing at 9. And it's 11 songs, so, it's not going to be a very late night, I don't think.
Well, you never know. People might be asking for an encore.
Possibly. They may not get it, though.
For those of you just tuning in, this was Amanda Grace talking about her new album, Give Me Away. If you want this new album, check out amandagracemusic.org. Did I get that right?
musicbyamandagrace.com. No worries.
Wow.
We are fine.
That was bad.
They can't, if they Google it, they're going to stumble into it.
All right, well, check out Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away, which will be dropping February 8th. Thank you again for being on here, Amanda Grace. We really appreciate the time.
Oh my gosh, thank you. You did a great job, and I appreciate that local support.
Coming up, we have the final song we're going to play for this hour. This is All We Need, one of the new songs on Amanda Grace's new album, Give Me Away.
The words we choose, they're just like the weather. They can split us apart or bind us together. Heated debates over a cold shoulder. They might get too hard or ice out your neighbor. Black or white, red or blue. Just like I need you. People, we gotta learn to love one another. Got to stand up together and believe. We need each other, my sister, my brother. Got to stand for each other until we see we're all we need. The way you think is linked to your own past. It can bog you down or make you judge too fast. You're stuck in your ways, your mold has been cast. If you wanna be first, you might come in last. People, we gotta learn to love one another. Stand up together and believe. We need each other, my sister, my brother. we're all we need.
Thanks again to Amanda Grace for joining us today on The Sound. To see more of Amanda Grace, check out musicbyamandagrace.com. For more deep dives into regional albums, tune into The Sound Wednesday nights at 6 right here at 89.5 KQAL. I'm Giovanni Bermudez.
Thanks for listening to The Sound. The Sound is produced by KQAL FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us online at kqal.org. Theme music for The Sound provided by Mike Terrell of Fires of Denmark.